Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm the one and only Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, here is the rundown of the topics I will be talking today. Bearcats versus South Florida tonight. Cannot lose. UK versus Tennessee tonight, 9 o'clock on ESPN. The Reds are off today, so no game, but did you see what Trevor Bauer did yesterday? Dude is crazy. All right, my Bearcats. Yes, they lost a heartbreaking, just a hard loss. They weren't really in it. I mean, they were in the game. I keep contradicting myself. I mean, they got within 5 a couple times, but it felt like they were never really in the game against Houston. Now, yes, it was, I won't even say it's a bad loss because I didn't really expect us to go down there and win. Houston is really good. I hate to admit it, but Houston's a really good team. They have NBA caliber players, and they're very deep. And they wanted it more. I mean, they out-rebounded us like crazy. One thing I hope the guards for the Bearcats take away from this game. I know Houston shot a ton of three-pointers, and we got a lot of long rebounds. Well, their guards out-rebounded ours because our guards were not boxing them out. And if they're the way Houston plays, wherever your man is, you need to box them out and don't let them get the rebound. That's got to be a total team effort. That has got to change if we face Houston in the AAC tournament game, championship game, which I expect to happen. But getting to this game tonight, UC versus South Florida, it's in Tampa. The Bearcats are 18-10. We're 11-5 in the AAC. Cincinnati leads South Florida in the series 33-8. And the Bearcats are 12-6 in Tampa. Last game we won 82-74, and apparently UC has won 10 straight versus USF. All right. Bracketology, I always quote that with Joe Lenardi. The last couple weeks we've gone from the last four in to a 10 seed and back to the last 4 in. Right now, we're the last 4 in. I said this on yesterday's show, I predict us to win the next 2 games and make it all the way to the AAC tournament game. To do that, it's only 4 wins. We got to win, obviously, tonight. We got to win on Sunday. We win those 2 games, we will get a bye in the AAC tournament. Then you only got to win 2 games to get to the tournament or championship game. Now, that helps UC's seeding, I think, for once. Because the tournament game is on Sunday. It's late Sunday. It's like right before the committee comes out with the seedings and who's in and who's out. Last year, we won, and it did not affect our seeding one way or another. We won it. It could definitely, it should have affected it to a higher seed last year, but it didn't. So, as long as the Bearcats make it to that game, I think the committee is already, they're not going to take the time to watch and see what happens to move us up or move us down or whatever. They're going to already have us set, I think, going into that game. That's what's bad about this conference is we get, it's good for the Bearcats, I think, this year. I think if Houston beats us, it's going to be bad for them because it's not going to help them either way. Other than the fact that you claim the crown of the tournament again. This is what's bad about this league that we're in. And there's nothing we can do about it right now. Until somebody else decides that they want to add a team, we're stuck in the AAC. We have to do the best we can. So, my point to that is that's why these 2 games against South Florida and Temple are must wins. We can't lose these games. They're not going to be great wins, but they would be absolutely terrible losses. Terrible losses. Now for tonight, my keys to the game. Jaron Cumberland, he needs to be more selfish. When he scores 20 points, the Bearcats win. And to a fault, he makes the right pass all the time. The problem is the guys aren't making the shots. And I know he's double teamed and stuff, but that's why I said on yesterday's show, I think he needs to try to do some floaters, do some jumpers, do something different. He can't keep driving to the basket with his head down. Not every time. And if he can diversify his game a little bit, it'll throw the guys off because he starts going. If he all of a sudden stops and shoots, hopefully he makes it, but that's going to it's going to stop everybody from going, okay, hurry up and get in front of him because he's going straight to the basket because that's what everybody keeps doing against him. And the other thing is he might need to just try to take longer, farther three-pointers because he can make them. I mean, guys are shooting from the logo now. I'm not suggesting he shoots from the logo, but he needs to be aggressive and score. That's just my point. We need him to be the Jaron Cumberland of last year. Last year, when we needed him, he made a shot. He made a play. This year, it hasn't happened as much for him because, like I said, the driving to the basket, they're calling more charges on him this year, and he's not making the shot, and he's not getting the foul calls that he thinks he should. So, he's got to change his game to the way the refs are calling it, which I said this on yesterday's show. The refs in the American Conference are absolutely terrible. That's any game you watch in the American Conference. They're awful. So, the other key to the game and going down the stretch, the Bearcats have got to work the ball into Chris Vogt more. He has got to try to get back to what he was doing at the beginning of the year. Now, I understand this is the most college basketball minutes he's ever played, and it bumped up even more when Sorolla left. And I said that then. I said this is going to hurt the Bearcats more than people think. Sorolla at least gave Vogt a break, and it was another 7-footer that we could put on the other team's big guy to bang on them and hopefully wear them down. Well, we don't have that right now. Mamadou is playing good, but Mamadou's not as much of a banger as Sorolla was and as Vogt is. You got Trey Scott, and he's got to step, and he's been stepping up. He honestly has been the one consistent Bearcat this year. He's had a tremendous senior year, especially the last month of the season. I mean, I think he went from most likely not getting a shot in the NBA to at least somebody's going to look at him. I mean, you do a 2020 game, you're going to get a look at it. I mean, his energy that he brings every night is contagious. It has to be contagious. Should be contagious. The Bearcats need to do that. Give that effort that Trayvon gives every night. Because our backs are smack dab up against the wall. We cannot lose any more games. None. We have to at least, we got to win these two. At least win. Well, if you win 2 games in America, like I said, then you're into conference championship game. So you got to at least win 4 more games, at least. So I still think the Bearcats are going to get in. I know, I'm a homer. Always will be. Always have been. Always will be. Don't care. Love my Bearcats. And the other key is Keith Williams. He's disappeared Sunday. I don't know what happened. Houston is a very, very physical team and a very deep team. They play like the Bearcats want to play or used to play. The problem is the Bearcats just don't have the horses to keep up with them. And Keith he's got to step up. I mean, we need our 2 of our seniors and Trey and Jaron got to step up. Our junior and Keith has got to step up. Vogt sophomore, he's a junior. He's got to step up. I mean, this is when your upperclassmen need to step up. We need them big time. Big time, these last 2 games. We cannot lose these games. They should be winnable games. We'll find out. All right. In other Bearcat news, the Bearcats women's team, I don't talk about them very much. I post a lot on Sports with Strawberry Ice about them, but you can actually watch them today at 4 o'clock on SEC Plus. Pretty sure you have to have ESPN Plus to get SEC Plus, but I'm not sure. It's on at 4 o'clock today, so check the women out and give them your support. They're a really good team. They went really far last year in the tournament. I think it was NIT that made it to the Sweet 16. So they're a good team, good fun team to watch. The UK is playing tonight versus Tennessee on ESPN at 9 o'clock. Okay. Did you see Trevor Bauer yesterday? I know the Reds are off today, so we have no baseball. And Trevor Bauer has totally won the offseason as far as just ripping the commissioner, ripping the Astros. And just being this crazy guy that he is. Yesterday, he was he pitched three innings in the Reds spring training game. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but when you're warming up in baseball, usually, you flip your glove, tell them it's a fastball or it's a curveball or whatever. That's what you tell the catcher, so the catcher doesn't have to give signs. You're just warming up. Well, Trevor decided to do that during the game yesterday. I think he did it. I don't think he did it for a half an inning, but he got them all out. One of the Dodgers, it was a fastball, and dude drilled it, and he's lucky. Bauer's lucky he didn't hit it out. I think after that, Trevor quit doing it. But Jim Day interviewed Derek Dietrich, and Derek Dietrich said, "Yeah, well, there's been something going on around here this offseason. I don't even heard about it, but the Astros are caught for sign stealing, so Trevor just decided to tell him what he's throwing anyway." So I just thought it was funny. I'm like, that's just, wow, that's crazy. Our three pitchers and the three starters, first starters in the Reds rotation, have a potential to be absolutely sick. Trevor Bauer, if he gets back to the way he was, which I'm pretty sure he will, and that's your third starter, and you got Sonny Gray too, and that's the outfielder, Luis Castillo as your number one, and then you got Disco and Wade Miley. After that, we are going to have, long as they all stay healthy, is the outfield I'm not so worried about. We got plenty of outfielders if people get hurt. So that's okay. Pitching staff, long as they all stay healthy, we are going to have a very dynamic starting pitching staff. It's going to be a very interesting year this year to watch David Bell maneuver the players in and out and try to get all these guys playing time. Because, Nick Castellanos, he's going to play. They're not going to pay him that much money, and he's not going to play. So he's definitely going to play. Shogo, he's going to play. So that leaves left field, I think, as the one, which, it doesn't mean it's just the left field's going to be a platoon. They're going to move everybody around because Shogo can play left, he can play center, he can play right. Nick can play first, he can play left. He's not a very good outfielder wherever you put him. So that's where I think, and I've said this before, I think Senzel is a very key contributor for the Reds. I still think he's our best option at center field. Shogo, I've seen a couple of spring training games. He's not bad out there. I think pretty much your center fielders are either going to be Shogo or it's going to be Senzel. So it's going to be very interesting to watch David Bell. And I noticed this. You ever listen to David Bell give an interview? He's a lot like Bill Belichick. Not in the way he coaches or anything, but just the way he gives interviews. He's very monotone. Well, yeah, Jim, we're going to play hard today, and yeah, that was a fast pitch. Oh yeah, just very, very, very monotone. There's no inflection in his voice. Now, if he coaches like Bill Belichick does, that would be great. Now, I know it's football and baseball, it's two totally different things. I just always thought it was funny and interesting that he's very monotone. He's very calm. He's very calm when he's in interviews. But I think he led baseball in being thrown out of games last year. So he's got a fiery temper. So it's going to be interesting his second year. I'm holding off judgment on seeing how good of a manager he is until this year. Because last year, he get his feet wet. His first year being a manager. He didn't have the team he has this year. This year, he's got a team, in my opinion, that can go to the playoffs. Will they? I don't know. It depends because the rest of the division, in my opinion, has come back down and the Reds have gone up. Now, have we passed them? I don't know because the Cubs and the Brewers are still pretty good teams. And you still got St. Louis, and they're always good, which is annoying. So I think the NL Central is going to be the toughest division in baseball like it has been for probably the last 10 years. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the Reds, Bengals, Bearcats. I don't really say anything about the Bengals, but Bearcats got to win today. Today's show, and as always, every show, is brought to you by T Properties. Check out their website, T Properties, www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. I got a couple of Facebook page groups here I want you to check out, the ones I help run. You have Bearcat Country, Bengals Nation and Reds Country. Reds Country is one we just started a couple weeks ago. And I was on there trying to get people to talk about the Reds game. And I'm posting different stuff. What do you guys think about this? Nobody's answering. So somebody goes, how come it seems like you're the only one on this page talking? I said, I guess I just like talking to myself. I don't know. And then somebody goes, I'll talk when the season starts. Well, the season already started. Spring training. So anyway, check those pages out. Check out my own page. And I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Sports with Strawberry Ice. The Twitter handle is Jeff A. Trennepohl. TRENNEPOHL. And as always, that's just sports, baby. Tell all your friends about me. Like, subscribe, share. Come on, Bearcats, let's go! Win this game tonight! Whoo!